Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to be going over the Writecream Plagiarism Checker, where you can check all of the content that you create just to make sure that it's legit before you post it on any of your blogs or websites. I'll also leave a link in the description in case you want to follow along. Writecream at the time currently has a very special deal, so check that link out for all the details. I don't want to talk about it in case it changes and it confuses anyone. So here we are going to be with the new plagiarism checker right here. So if you click on that, you're going to get taken right here to where the plagiarism checker is. Ironically enough, what I'm going to be doing is using the article that I created in my long form tutorial. Keep in mind that when you use it, you're going to be limited to up to 2,000 characters. So I just wanted to do it in chunks and we'll go from there. So that's what I have pasted in there. Let's click on check for plagiarism and see what we get. Okay, 100% unique, looks good. Found nothing matching in our database or on the internet. Let's go with the next one. Let's do the next two. That should be less than 2,000 characters. Let's copy that. Let's paste that in. And let's check for plagiarism. Perfect, 100% and 0. Last but not least, let's go to the conclusion here. Let's copy this. Let's paste this in. And spoiler alert, I already know what happens, and I'll tell you why. One sec. Okay, so there we go. We have 80% unique. This means there's an aspect of it that is quote unquote plagiarized. Keep in mind, whenever you see something that's plagiarized, doesn't mean that like you did something wrong. There are a lot of broad sentences that you're going to find that people use all on the internet. I bring this up because I feel like this is something that Writecream can certainly improve. So it says that obviously something was matched and we can click there and read it, but it doesn't say where specifically in this. Okay, so this is where another plagiarism checker comes up. I went to the small SEO tools plagiarism checker. There's tons of them, and pretty much it came up with something similar. This is it the actual same thing or different? So tech free info. This was from let's talk about something.wordpress. It could have been the same, could have been similar, but if you look right here, it says, "Thank you for reading our blog post. We would love to hear from you." And that's the perfect example of something that pretty much is going to be very broad. I mean, I'm sure you might have even written that on one of your blog posts, just maybe in a slightly different way. So that's something that you can edit up if you want, just to make sure it's 100% you. But that's one of those examples of a bland or a statement that so many people use. So this is something that you can use in addition to. Overall, this is kind of like an overview of their plagiarism checker. It's always good practice to have your own plagiarism checker, one that you go to, and it's also nice that they at least have one. I know a lot of content writers don't, but it's nice that you can do that. However, it would definitely be better if it showed you exactly where it was. So if I open this in a new window, I don't think anything here is going to be... There's nothing that's highlighted and so on and so forth. So if it was, let's see, thank you for reading. Thank you. Yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you for reading our blog post. We would love to hear from you. So what I'm going to do is actually change that around. Thank you for taking the time to read this article, and I'd love to hear from you soon. Something like that. So that was what it was. And you'll see how like it was on this website and it was also on a different one right there. Like it's such a commonly used phrase. Let's check for plagiarism. We should be good unless that is also one. Yeah, like I said, unless someone writes this as well. So keep that in mind. Just because you quote unquote find plagiarism in some of the content that you create with any type of AI copywriting software doesn't mean it was actually plagiarized. I did a completely different video about this a while ago, but something to keep in mind. All in all, it's not bad that they have a plagiarism checker. I think it could be a little bit better if he told you specifically what it was that was being plagiarized, as opposed to having a longer paragraph, going to the source and saying like, all right, what is matched up? What do I need to change around? But there's always going to be other checkers if you need to use them like I showed you in this video. So all in all, that's just an example of this feature that comes along with Writecream. I'm going to be going over many of their features and demos. Keep in mind, this is kind of like a first use basis. I've done some demoing it myself. And of course, I'm going through and showing you what you can expect if you want to pick this up and use it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I will also leave a link to Writecream in case you want to get their special deal. But that's about it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.